Hello, Sunbeams, and welcome to Sunshine Realms. My name is Sunshine. I am here to do the weekly reading for the last week in February. We are officially in Pisces season, so let's start off with the Moonology deck. I have pre-shuffled in an effort to save time. So let's tap into the energies for this week, last week in February for the collective. I'm going to pull 2 Moonology cards. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. And Cancerian energy is moon energy. So if anything has been hidden from you or just not so much in the forefront just yet, just know that Spirit is going to bring it into the forefront so that you can come to some sort of solution, resolution, dissolution, some sort of concrete answer will unfold. Let's find out what else is influencing the energy this week. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. What I love about the disseminating moon is the fact that Spirit is asking you to take some time to yourself, meditate, have some quiet time, have some tea time. Develop rituals in your life that allow you to take a pause, take a rest, take some time to yourself, and acknowledge the times when you need to unwind. Take a look at where you are in your life and maybe take a break. Let's see what else Spirit has for us. The Astro Codes deck. Ooh. That's interesting. The King Cups. Tension. Ooh. You might be ignoring something that might be very important for you to do right now in the collective. Is the collective ignoring something? Avoiding something? Not taking a look at something? This could be health related. You might need to develop a mindfulness practice that allows you to take some time to yourself so that you don't get all overwhelmed. This tension with the disseminating moon is like built up, pent up energy or frustrations, things that might not be going your way. You might be holding in your emotions to a point where it's detrimental to your health or detrimental to your daily routines or detrimental to you being able to have some time to yourself. Ooh, with this Pisces energy, this is the end of the wheel. So this is a sign from Spirit to close this out, close out this chapter, close this door, or open it so that you can take a look inside yourself so you can see what's bothering you or what you've held back or what you've kept in or what you haven't been able to take a look at, you might have been avoiding or just haven't reached some sort of solution on. But take a look at it in Pisces season. Take a look at it this week. Take a look at it while we are in the time of reflection with Pisces. Let's see what else Tarot has for us. And this is the Rachel True deck. 4 of Swords. Could be an aspect of divine guidance. You're being divinely guided to do some work, maybe. This is your moment of clarity in terms of the guidance that Spirit is asking you to take in terms of resting, having a period of rest, having a period of I heard falling back for a minute, where you're just listening to the guidance from Spirit in terms of where you're going. Let's find out more. Five of Swords. There could be some energies around you that are creating some tension around you, this is an energy you're disconnected from. The collective is not looking at something that's very important right now. I feel like this is outside energies, outside influences, or outside chatter, talk, disagreements, that spirit just wants you to just allow it to be around you, but don't let it take over your mind space. I feel like there's a bit of energy in the collective, especially with this passive aggressive energies that are around the collective right now. Spirit is saying go within, or just establish a better coping mechanisms for the energies that might be influencing our world right now. It's time to turn that off. That's what I heard. The devil is here. And it's time to turn it off in a significant way. I feel like there are energies surrounding the collective that is attempting to distract the collective from an inner calling or an emotional calling to heal something. This could be a lot of external influences. I get that significantly, that it's outside of us that these thoughts or these distractions are coming, because it could be the media, and Spirit is saying take a pause away from the media. Step away from social media, step away from the phone, step away from the computer, step away from the news, step away from whatever it is that's causing us to be distracted from our own inner peace. That's the whole purpose of chaos. That's the whole purpose of war and a lack of peace, is to take us away from our faith and where we are in the world. That's the reason why I selected this Rachel True deck. It tends to pull out shadowy energy. I selected the Moonology for a reason, because it tends to pull out what's going on in the background. We're closing out chapters where we have changed our feed in a way that allows us to think clearly for ourselves without being taken off and taken in a direction that is not based on our healing. Absolutely. We're no longer allowing the chaos that's surrounding us, or the chaos in the lives that are surrounding us, or the chaos that's involved in the news or the media or social media or TV or wherever the drama is. You know what that is in your life. With this take time to breathe out, facing it, allowing it to bubble up within us. Sometimes you get to a point, this is every individual on this planet, you get to a point where you're having to look at your shadow side, you're having to look at yourself, you're having to look at your challenges and no longer be passive aggressive about it, facing it head on. And this is facing it head on so that it no longer takes us off the path, or away from our faith. This is good because we're at a point where we can actually see it, see the influences, and see how the influences of that energy from around us, how it's impacting our daily routines, our health, our wellness, our healing journeys. There's so much negativity going on in the world right now. There's so much tension in the world right now. There's so much chaos and disjointedness, and this is all around us, and Spirit is asking us to go within, take a look at it. How can we integrate the lessons of the influential energies so that we can become better, so that our bodies can repair, so that our minds can repair? And sometimes that requires us to completely shut it off. Take a few days offline. Let's find out what else Spirit is asking us for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. The Magician. This is like fighting back, but fighting back with what we have already available. What can we do right now in order to respond to the negativity around us? What can we do now to generate peace and love and joy and happiness in our own lives? How can we integrate what resources we have? How can we give ourselves the peace that we need to soothe the chaos that might be surrounding us? How are we letting ourselves know it's okay, that the tension will eventually pass, the chaos will pass, it will move forward? How are we soothing ourselves in the moment? This week might be a challenge for us across the world because it's presenting an opportunity for us to have better coping mechanisms, have better routines where we actually give ourselves solace. There's a festering that's going on here that we're not taking a look at in the collective. Let's see if Spirit has any additional information for us in terms of how can we shift out of this influential energy. Judgment. We have to face it head on. We can't ignore it. I get the distinct feeling that someone in the collective has turned to social media as their coping mechanism for the chaos that is going on in their lives. They've turned on talking heads. They've turned on a lot of external influences rather than asking Spirit, going within and actually working with the energy that's being ignored here, or the emotions that are being ignored here. Eventually that inner child that's having a tantrum will be so loud, you're going to have to stop what you're doing in order to soothe it, calm it. And that's what Spirit is asking us to do. Take a breath, look at the tension, find a resolution, and stop ignoring it. What other information do we have? Seven of Wands. That's our call. That's our call to action, because with the Seven of Wands, it's going to fester. It's going to keep nagging at us and nagging at us and nagging at us in the collective until we take a look at it and face it head on. Spirit is not going to allow us to continue to allow these energies to influence us without doing something about it. You can only watch so much TV. You can only watch so much social media. You can only watch so much influential energy around you before what is screaming out or crying to come out. Especially with the Pisces energy. Pisces is super emotional. It's as if the Pisces energy, for me, they hoard emotions and they don't allow it to come out until it's manifested into something that is overwhelmingly deep or overwhelmingly detrimental to either their health, their daily routines. Emotions in general have the tendency to call us out because they don't have a place to go. You can project it onto other people. You can lash out on other people. You can become defensive because of the way that you feel, but it doesn't make the emotions go away. And this is the point in which Spirit is calling out the collective, saying, before you allow this to get out of hand and it becomes this devil energy with the Five of Swords, it manifests into mental health issues or drug addictions, alcoholism, addictions of any kind. Before it gets to this point, you need to take a look at it. Because anything that you don't allow to be transmuted, anything that you don't allow to come out, you can stifle that inner child all you want to, but eventually that inner child will grow up to become an adult who has the same issues that were stifled, and they're carrying this energy in their physical body, and it manifests into waves and waves, and this whole domino effect of issues that is being manifested in the adult rather than just in the child. Spirit is asking us to take a look at ourselves in a very significant way, change how we operate, change our daily routines, and create a space that our inner child will be soothed in some kind of way. What else do we have, Spirit? The Strength card. This is letting me know that someone in the collective is on the verge of allowing this energy to take over them. And Spirit is saying, you have all the tools that you need within yourself to face your issues head on. Social media might not be helping someone. It might be perpetuating an issue. It's very important to turn off the negativity that exists from what you are looking at or whoever you're around. It has a lot to do with your external world that's significantly impacting your internal world. There's someone in the collective who's struggling with being able to make sense of what is going on in their world. You're going to have to turn the world off, because that seems to be a very significant distraction. Let's see what else we have, Spirit. There's always compassion for yourself if you give it to yourself. The Four of Cups. Crying over that spilled milk. When you have something that's available in your life that you can look forward to, you might not have all of your pieces together right now, but you have something that you can look forward to. Someone is deeply struggling with sadness, deeply struggling with self-worth, and deeply struggling with what will soon or may be an addiction of some kind. For some reason, they've turned to the world for solace, and the world isn't giving them what they want right now. This takes a lot of strength, a lot of faith, and a lot of inner willpower to face our own demons, because if we fail to do that, they will take over us. Again, that child becomes an adult that struggles with the same issues, stifling their emotions, not having the coping mechanisms, or not integrating or learning or incorporating the right healing mechanisms for them to take a look at, check on themselves, and give themselves whatever it is that was stifled in the first place. And so this is our responsibility as human beings, is to look at our own darkness. And that's what faith is. Faith is an opportunity for us to call on our higher power, wherever that power comes from, wherever that strength comes from, to overcome these challenges. But I guarantee you, what you see on TVs and phones and in the news is not going to give it to you. You have to take a deeper look at yourself. Let's see what else Spirit has for us. What is the medicine, Spirit? Two of Wands. Make a decision. Make a significant one. Someone's avoiding making a decision to better their lives. They're avoiding making the decision, having all the answers in their hands or within their psyche. It's like you've consumed all the knowledge. What are you doing with it? Make a decision. That's what Spirit is asking the collective to do. Choose themselves. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who isn't choosing themselves, who is choosing to be distracted, who's choosing to not heal, and also choosing not to acknowledge the fact that they have the skills within them. The King of Wands is holding the staff, holding the wand. It's right there. And with the Two of Wands, that decision is not being made. You're almost having to look at it. So this is an opportunity for the collective to get real with themselves. If you have any fire in your chart, this could be influencing you right now. Let's find out what other medicine we have, Spirit. Juno, partnership. So I feel like there's an aspect in the collective where they're not partnering with Spirit on the road ahead, or on the journey ahead, or on the direction ahead. This is an opportunity to partner with Spirit and stop ignoring the call to do better, to be better, to see better, to know better, to feel better. It's like I said before, I get the feeling of a child having a temper tantrum. And this temper tantrum comes from not listening to the parent, or not hearing the parent. And in this instance, the parent is you. I'm talking to a collective that are all adults. You are your own parent. Go back a couple of readings and I spoke about this. You being the parent for yourself. So whatever tension that is being called out here, whatever solution you're looking for your life in an action-oriented way, because the King of Wands is action-oriented, leadership-oriented, take a look at it, because you're fighting Spirit. You're not making progress. You are at a point where you're either not hearing or you're not taking action. Make the decision to take action and soothe these emotions in some type of way. Let's find out one last card, because I feel like this is difficult for someone. Page of Pentacles. It's difficult for someone to take the first step. Okay, Spirit, okay. So it's difficult for someone to take the first step. It's difficult for someone to start all over, start from the ground up. It's difficult for someone to start with a small seed. It's difficult for someone to have very little and see what they can create with very little. They're only looking at their losses. They're not looking at what loss does. Loss gives you an opportunity to begin where you are with what you have. Even if you have just one pentacle, work with what you have. You have it already in your hand. It's as if you're denying it. Oh, okay. So the inner child is having a temper tantrum because they want something that they don't have. And Spirit is saying you're going to have to create it, but you're going to have to start from where you are. Where you are. That's the hardest part for human beings in general. They want it all right now. And when that inner child starts to scream, that's when you are taken deeper and deeper and deeper into a dark phase, because You're not looking at the light. The light is here. The light is what you have. Count your blessings. Count what you do have. Start there. But I guarantee you, the world doesn't have the answers. You do. This Page of Pentacles could be an opportunity for you to start all over, but you got to turn the talking heads off first and get back into a space where you feel held and supported, because that's what you're giving yourself. You're saying to yourself, this is what I have. I don't have whatever it is that is creating this sense of avoiding or creating this tension or a lack of routine. Start from day one. It takes 30 days to develop new habits. So it's a difficult time, but it's not something that is impossible, because if it were impossible, then the Strength card wouldn't be here with the King of Wands. And that indicates to me that you have it within you, but you're being caught up with the details of what you don't have, and you're not focusing your attention on what is working in your favor right now. So take a deeper dive at your resources, internal and external. But most importantly, turn the TV off. Thank you for sharing space with me. Those that are being impacted by this energy will tap into the spiritual healing that we all have access to if we turn inwards.